Just 10 months ago, I was living in my college dorm at Indiana University. Now I'm out here living in Miami, running my own business and scaling to new heights that I didn't even know was possible. But the truth was, when I was at Indiana and when I was at my college dorm, it wasn't smooth sailing. I was sitting there for a lot of the time. I felt lost. I didn't know if I should make the jump. I didn't know if I should go all in on certain things. But I'm making this video so I can provide as much value as humanly possible so you guys do not waste as much time as I did and you guys can accelerate growth and accelerate to the top as soon as possible. So with that being said, let's just get straight into it. Truthfully, at college, there was a lot of distractions and I wasn't in the best environment. I was in my college dorm. It was small, cramped, and I didn't even really have much direction. But the truth is, most people think this and then they make sure that they wait 4 years before they start that business or do something else because they're accepting their position. Every single night, all around me, there were people partying outside my dorm room, fratting it up, loving life. But the truth was, I sat there in my college dorm and just worked on my laptop. In my very small little workspace that I had, I could probably pop a picture up on the screen. In that very small workspace I had, I didn't use that as an excuse for me to not log in and for me not to start learning more skills to make money online. Yes, I was cramped in that college dorm. I wasn't in Miami, but I knew that what I did have was a laptop and a ton of free time because I put priorities of making money first before anything else. So I knew that even though I wasn't in the dream environment, I knew that I could still be successful. So that's the first lesson I wanted to talk about. Your environment does not define you. Whether in your parents' basement, living in an apartment with 5 guys all splitting rent, whatever you're doing in your college dorm, whatever you're doing, you can't let your environment define you. You can't think that because you're in a position, you'll never get to a greater position. Because truthfully, that's what holds people back. They're so settled down. They're so comfortable with the position that they're in and they don't think that reaching another position is even possible. But the truth is, this life is your own. You make your own decisions, you make your own moves, and you have free will. So there is absolutely 0 point in sitting in the position that you're in saying, oh, well, I'm not in Miami, so I can't be rich. Oh, well, I'm not living in a mansion yet, so I can't be rich. I can't be wealthy. I can't think like a wealthy person. Truthfully, you have to be delusional to the point where even when you're in a position of being uncomfortable and not having a bunch of money and being poor, you have to understand that that's the starting point, that you can change that if you put in enough reps to make sure you get to that outcome that you really desire. And I'm not saying this to say that a good environment doesn't impact you. Of course it does. Being in Miami, I have such high frequencies and I'm meeting people and I feel like I am making more money and progressing more than I was in my college dorm. But it's that discipline that was built through my college dorm and being in high school of making money before I had the money that has allowed me to earn this place and earn this life that I'm living now of having a good amount of money. Of course, I'm still scaling, but you have to understand that that starting point that you're in is the only way that you could understand, embrace it, and then accelerate to new levels. After I knew and I understood that I would never let my environment hold me back, I really had to decide on what it was that I was going to lock in with to take me out of my current environment and put me in a new one. And I remember I was sitting there one day, and like most of you guys, you and me, young entrepreneurs trying to make money, we use ChatGPT for pretty much every aspect of our schoolwork and our lives because it saves us so much time and gives us more time to do what we love doing, which is focusing on our craft, going to the gym, making money, or doing whatever that is. But I was like, okay, ChatGPT is saving me all of this time in my day-to-day life. I feel like there's got to be something there. I feel like there's got to be something that this can help more people than me. And I also knew that there was a lot of people that weren't using and leveraging ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just what I was using, but truthfully, it's AI as a whole. I knew that there was people that weren't leveraging it, weren't using it, and were wasting hours and hours every day. I talked to family members who are business owners who spend hours going through paperwork, files, writing emails, and all that stuff. And it blew my mind because I was like, why would you ever do that when you could legitimately use ChatGPT to do it all for you? I realized that we are in a day and age now where doing those repetitive tasks simply just doesn't make sense. It's simply just not a good use of time. Yes, there's big decisions and other more concrete tasks that need a human input. But the truth is those repetitive tasks, writing emails, doing follow-ups, even calling people on the phone can all be automated by AI. Yet, even though that's the reality of the world, people aren't doing it. People aren't leveraging AI because they're scared of it and they don't really know what to do and how to leverage and use it. And eventually this led me on to making an entire business with AI and helping business owners leverage, use, and accelerate the growth of their business by leveraging AI. So I wanted to say that the lesson number 2 is to do what actually excites you. You have all of the answers in front of you. It's just taking a step back and a third person view and understanding, okay, like this is what's actually going on in the world. Here's what I'm using and leveraging to improve my life. Here's where people's lives are kind of lacking. How can I solve a problem in their life? And that's been the tried and true way that you guys could actually create and start a profitable business. If people have an issue, you guys can solve that issue by using a solution and making that solution. Because the truth is, I saw that AI was this huge opportunity, but people just weren't using it yet. And when it came to actually providing the solution, yes, I wasn't some crazy developer, coder, or anything like that, but I knew AI, it does all of the work for you, but the difference is my knowledge versus someone else's, and that was able to provide me a ton of success. But you guys just need to understand that the opportunity is in front of you. You have to do what excites you, and that's how you find what exactly you want to lock in on. Once I knew the business that I wanted to pursue, I then started taking action. And truthfully, this is what separates people that are successful from people that always stay in that analysis paralysis stage. Because truthfully, I could have just had that amazing idea of starting an AI business, but just sat there, got caught up in the college life, joined a frat, started doing did way more work in my classes, joined clubs. But no, I had this idea, and I knew that this was a generational idea, because I thought I made it up all myself. I didn't know that it was actually currently a business model at the time, but I thought it was this genius idea, and I was like, no, I am not going to let someone else take action on my thought, and I'm not going to let this pass me by like every single one of my other business ideas. I'm going to take action, and I'm going to dedicate my time, and I'm going to sit there every single day, and the only other activity I'm going to do is go to the gym, but I'm going to sit in my dorm every single day, all day, and figure out exactly how I'm going to make this work. I started outreaching. I started putting myself out there, talking to business owners, actually trying to get my name out there, doing 100, 200 cold calls every single day. Yes, I got hung up on the phone and told me to kill myself over the phone call, the cold calls. I was cold calling people that were screaming at me. They were telling me this is a dumb idea, to give up. But the truth was, I had so much conviction in my business idea that I knew people needed this. And even though if I talked to 100, 200 people, 400 people, and they didn't want what I had to offer, and they didn't think that it was a good idea, I knew that I would find a niche of people who would have a ton of interest in exactly what I was trying to offer, because it was actually going to help people. When you're selling gold, when you're literally selling gold, people are so much more inclined to go with you. When you're selling a shitty product, people aren't. So I guess the third lesson is to actually understand that repetition beats talent, and to actually take action. Because the truth was, I was getting blown off by a ton of people. Well, it sounds kind of weird, but people were literally just disregarding me. They didn't care what I had to offer. But the truth was, I put in so many reps, so it would have been absolutely unreasonable, and wouldn't be the grace of God for me not to succeed, because I knew I was putting in so much reps every single day. And if I didn't get at least one yes, it would make absolutely zero sense, because that's not how the universe works. And I made sure that every single day I was putting that exact input to get the output that I wanted. And yes, there were some parts of this process, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, where I was doubtful, where I was like, maybe this isn't going to work. Maybe this isn't the best thing to do. When you're getting told 200 times a day that this is not the best thing to do, yes, maybe you should probably stop. Maybe you should reconsider. But no, I had so much conviction that this was going to help people that the more no's I got, I just knew I was one step closer to a yes. And the truth was that time was very near in the future. Eventually, about a month and a half, 2 months into cold calling, cold dialing, cold emailing, doing everything under the sun, walking into businesses, I finally made a cold call, and I finally got one yes from a business owner, and that moment was something that changed everything for me. It really did just take one person saying yes, to one person understanding how much this could actually help them, to one person hearing me out for all those thousands and thousands of cold calls that I did, all that work I put in, all that time I was putting in, the things I skipped, the events I skipped, it all made it worth it by just getting one yes and leading to a closed deal. I'll never forget the day when I closed that deal for $4.5 thousand. And even though I did make money online at the time, the actual conviction that this was going to work and this was going to be fruitful in the long term, and that my vision was actually going to work, was life-changing. So I guess lesson number 4 is that one win changes everything. One win shows that it all works and it all pays off. It flips a switch in your brain. It shows your brain that this is working. You get proof from it, and it allows you to go all in and fall in love with it. Now, one win led to another, and now I'm in the gorgeous, beautiful Miami, and it's insane how life can change so fast. I get it. I truthfully do know exactly what it feels like to be in that position. You're sitting there and you're like, there's no way that I can make this change. There's no way this could all happen. Well, let me tell you a little story. When I moved into my college dorm, I put a Miami poster on the wall, and I was talking to me and my boys, and I was like, Literally, the dream situation is that we move to Miami and sleep on the floor of a one-bedroom apartment and all split rent, because that would be our dream. But the truth was, that was my dream, and now this is my reality. Having one of the best views in Miami, having a 2-bedroom apartment, and I love it. And I would have never expected this to happen 10 months ago. If you told me that this was going to be my life 10 months ago, I would have slapped you in the face, because that would have just been so surreal, and I just wouldn't really understand that that's possible. But the truth was, I might have been super surprised by that because I didn't think I deserved it. When someone wins the lottery, they blow all their money super fast because they didn't actually deserve it. They just got lucky. They didn't build value in the skills to get that. What I've seen is I put this on a pedestal, but when I got here, I was like, it's nice, but it's really not that insane because I know that I put in the reps and I know that I put in the work to get here, and I put in every single input to get this output, right? So it actually takes being delusional in a time when you don't have much certainty. It takes being delusional when you have a time of no results. It takes being delusional when you have the conviction, and you need to keep that conviction because you know that if I do this, I will live my dream life. It feels impossible, but genuinely, 6 to 12 months of focus can put you years ahead. Yes, everybody moves at a different pace. You might change your life in under a few months. It took me 10 months to a year, and honestly, 3 years of constantly grinding and trying other things and finding what worked and finding what sticked. But the truth was, everybody has their own journey, but all that matters is that you're getting 1% better every single day and making sure that all of your inputs are matching that dream output that you want to achieve. If you're in your college dorm or stuck at a job you hate, this is exactly what I would do. Develop a mindset, have a strong mindset, pick one skill to go all in on. Go all in on it for 90 days, no stop, no breaks, and just keep it simple. Take actionable steps every single day to make sure that you're reaching that dream output. I keep saying this, but actually having a plan and actually having a vision of what you want to do is super important. Sure, you don't have to have a long-term goal 1, 2, 5 years down the line, because truthfully, again, I didn't really have one. But you guys just have to stay persistent with whatever you're trying to do. Don't try a business model and after a week just give up because it didn't work. I sat there cold calling literally all day, 5, 6, 7 hours a day, until I finally got the conviction, until I finally got the answer that I needed to show that it worked. It takes time, it takes reps. And yes, you should be cold calling every single day, but be cold calling well. Record yourself, go over your film, understand how you can improve. Because a lot of people, they put in a lot of reps, but the truth is, they don't accelerate and grow from those reps because they're not journaling, they're not moving on. If you guys can make sure that you're putting in calculated reps every single day and putting in the same volume as you did today and as you did yesterday and as you will do in the entire future, you guys will be successful. And also, stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone else's approval for you to go all in on something. Just go all in, have your own conviction, have your own delusion, and just go all in on whatever it is that you're trying to do. 10 months ago, I never thought I'd be here, but the truth is, I'm not special. I just acted on the opportunity and put in so much reps and so much volume and so much calculated work that it'd be absolutely unreasonable for me to achieve success. And I'm making this video to show you that you can too. You can do the same thing as me. I'm no different than you. You're in your college dorm, wherever you are, but the truth is, I'm no different than you. I was just able to put in so much work that I was able to achieve success, and you can do the same thing. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of my journey and the lessons I learned from it. And if you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I'm genuinely just trying to help you boys out and help you guys make money so you guys can accelerate your process and learn from all the mistakes and everything that I did. So if you have any video ideas for me down the line, drop comments below. And with that being said, as always, peace and love. Have a great day.